For the first book in this video, I actually read a manga, and it was volume 2 of Naruto, which I did really enjoy, although I do think the Naruto mangas are better if you read them all in one sitting. And here I just decided to decorate my Kobo because I wanted to protect the screen, well, not the screen, like the borders around it, the bezels a little bit more. So I put some washi tape on it and just tried to make it a little bit more aesthetic, really. I don't know about you, but I just love reading the book whilst listening to its playlist, and that's what I'm doing here, listening to the playlist while reading Cleopatra and Frankenstein. Okay, so I am like 55 pages into this book and I'm not liking it. I liked the first 6 pages, it hooked me into this book, but now I'm just getting a bit bored, and honestly I kinda want to DNF it. There is a quote that I really like. This quote, I do quite like this quote. I'm not gonna lie, I do really like this quote. I just think the book is getting a little bit boring, like it's not holding my attention, and I'm not in the mood to read this book. To read books like this and books like Beautiful World, Where Are You, for example, I need to be in a specific mood, and I'm not in that mood right now. So I think it's likely that I'm going to DNF this because I have so many books I want to read, and I don't think it's worth spending any time reading books I don't want to read or don't enjoy reading. Yay! I got it! The Kobo VIP. I'm so excited because there are so many books I want to read that now have offers, and I get to collect points. I get 1 free ebook per year, and I no longer need to pirate books. And also the mangas that I want to read, they're like £3.86 now instead of £4.99, and honestly I'm so happy. But yeah, I'm currently watching Jodie if you can see, but yeah, I'm so happy. This manga is so good. It's the Apothecary Diaries, and I'm enjoying it so much. I've already read this plot before because I read the light novel, and I think that the manga version covers less per volume than the light novel. So I've already read this storyline before, but it's nice to read a manga version, and to be honest, when it got to book 5, it kind of got a bit boring in the light novel, so I'm excited to reread these scenes and visualize them. Well, not visualize them, but see them in a visual format, and yeah, I'm loving it. I also borrowed these 3 books from my local library, and I think they're the books that I'm going to be reading next, simply because, as well as clearing my physical TBR, I do want to try borrowing more books from my library and just supporting my local libraries a bit more. I've got 45 books on my wish list on Kobo, and some of them, you know, they've got really good deals, and I do want to buy them and read them, and I've heard really good things about these books, but I do want to like do more research on these books and make sure that I will actually like it, because I just don't want to buy a book and then not want it, not actually enjoy it, and then it's like a waste of money, and I'm like, you know, I really want to be more conscious, I guess, with the money that I'm spending and the books that I'm buying, and not just buy loads of books because I want to, which is what I used to do, and now I have loads of books I want to unhaul. I really want to buy these books, but it's £21. It's £21, but I really want to read these books. I think I'm gonna wait, and I checked my library. They don't have these books on Libby. I've requested for a few of them, but you don't have these books on Libby, at least in my local library. So I checked everywhere, and I don't want to pirate books. Maybe I'm gonna give myself some time to think about it, even though I do know I'm gonna read these books. Like, I'm really trying not to like impulsive buy books that are cheap or sound good, look good. I really want to make sure I buy books that I will actually read and enjoy, because I just don't like hoarding so many books anymore, you know. I was reading Mockingjay, but I remembered that the ending is very sad, and it's, you know, a very heartbreaking book. An amazing one nonetheless, but yeah, and I decided to just stop reading it, so I returned it back to the library and I borrowed this book instead. So I love reading books about books, and I'm excited to read this and see what it entails. I'm about 20 pages into this book, and it is so cute. Highly recommend it. Well, I'm only a few pages in, like not even 20 pages in, but if you like reading books about books and just the joy of reading and how reading makes you feel, then I think this book is a really nice cozy read, and I love this. You're never alone when you have a good book. That is so true, and I completely agree with that, because it's so relatable. I'm about 100 pages into this book, and I'm really liking it, but I do think it's a bit long. I feel like this could have been 300 pages. I don't know why it's 500. Maybe it's 500 for e-readers, but it's interesting. It's just, I like the meaning behind this book and how we should support our local libraries a bit more, and I definitely do want to try doing that more this year. But it can be a bit slow. It is a bit slow, I do think, and I feel like I'm going to read something a bit more fast-paced alongside this. You have to be in a very specific mood to enjoy this book. You have to be in a mood where you're like really appreciating books and really want to read a book about books. At least that's what I think anyway. Okay, I know I have an e-reader, and I know I kind of said to myself that I wouldn't buy any more physical books. However, I just miss reading a physical book. And yes, I do have a few physical books with me that I can read, as you can see here, but I've read most of them apart from Poppy War, but I don't think I'm emotionally like ready yet to read Poppy War. And I'm currently reading The Little Witch Academia, which is good, but it's a manga. I want to read like books with words. So most of my physical TBR's back at home, and I just really wanted to read this book and this one as well, so I got these two. I finished reading The Tattooist of Auschwitz, and oh my god, I truly, truly, truly believe that this is my all-time favorite book. I truly think that this is the best book I've ever read. I don't think a book has ever made me feel this emotional before. Like, I felt emotional when reading books before, but I always remind myself that, like, oh, this is like fiction, it's not real, these people aren't real. However, in The Tattoos of Auschwitz, these people are real. This is real. Although it's, you know, still a novel, these things did happen to these specific people. So I just feel such a strong emotion, and I feel so happy, so sad, so angry, and so frustrated, just all these emotions. And I am so excited to read Silka's journey next. However, I do think I will need a break because I don't think I can handle reading such emotional books back to back. And I think for me, Silka's journey is going to be even more heartbreaking because it's just so unfair. You know, of course it's unfair, but oh my gosh. Why I think you should read The Tattooist of Auschwitz. First of all, Heather Morris's writing is phenomenal. She's not only a great writer, but she's a great storyteller. And I think there's a difference between that. And it's the fact that Heather Morris, she didn't go through this personally, yet she can make the reader feel as if Heather Morris went through that personally. How do I describe it? It's like, it's the fact that she can write in such a way that it's as if she went through that herself, even though she is telling the story of Lael and Cheetah. And oh my gosh, it's just wonderful. And I truly think she might be my new favorite author, even though I've only read one book from her, and I am determined to read every single one of her books, even though I know that they're going to break me, they're going to make me cry. This book made me cry, but it is so worth it. Honestly, 10 out of 5 stars. I would say definitely check the trigger warnings before you read this book, but it is a wonderful book and I highly recommend it.